We entered the ruined town, and upon entering, found a bunch of abandoned buildings. Connie got drunk and wandered off again. We let him.
Her?
We It was you, right?
Yes, but
Okay,
Connie is a lady.
sorry. We let her wander off again. She was drunk. We then proceed to uh, what I guess we could eventually surmise was a forge of some kind. And looked around, found some like barracksy looking thing, searched it, found an old ledger, some religious text, some money, um, a bunch of flasks of rain vine oil, and that was about it, really.
It was a pretty calm day.
Yes, you guys had a quiet day of venturing and exploring. Meanwhile, Connie started her own adventure. Connie,
Yeah.
you broke your bindings right here. There's that big road. And I believe you said you were looking for a bar, or a pub, or a
Yeah.
tavern.
Yep.
So, the party has ventured north and left you standing in the road. Where do you go?
Um, through those gates.
That's a ramp.
Okay, up the ramp.
All right.
Do a
You
kickflip.
begin. Do a backflip. You begin stumbling your way in, looking for a place to get another drink because the party took your drinks. And you stumble up the ramp.
I
And at
mean,
the top
Jack
of the ramp,
carries more booze than she weighs. Why is she looking for drinks?
Because she's drunk.
have you ever
Oh,
have you ever dealt with a drunk college girl?
More times than I'd care to.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. And here you are at the top of the ramp. One road goes south. One road you can kind of see curves away from you to the north.
They
These
were bad
buildings.
40 years ago. I can imagine
What
they are now.
what am I looking at with these buildings here?
Um, they look like houses and structures that you would be familiar with as barracks or apartment buildings. Lots of
Okay.
windows, not a lot of doors.
Does it look abandoned?
Very. This place looks very old.
All right.
That just means they left their liquor behind.
That's kind of what my drunk ass is thinking.
All right.
Let's go into
Well,
that. Let's go into the little Nazi building in front of me.
the two that are interlocking to the north, or the one that's the two inward-facing V's to the east?
East.
East. All right. You going to the big one, or the little one, or the medium one that's to the north?
The big one.
All right. Yeah, you start poking around in this building, trying to find a door. And eventually, you do find one on that southern face. So that little, the short side on the south. There is
Yep.
a door.
Uh, I'm drunk, so I'm not checking anything. I'm stumbling around, kicking doors.
All right. Well, the door is stuck, so go ahead and give me a strength athletics check.
I'm not good at these.
And you're drunk.
Is that disadvantage?
Yeah, you have 1 level of exhaustion right now. That's the mechanical equivalent that I'm throwing out for drunk. Yeah, you kick the door and the door kicks back. And you fall back on your ass.
Son of a bitch.
It's either the door's a mimic or it's a warehouse.
All right. You going for another kick?
I'm going for a kick because my drunk ass is gonna continue to go for a kick.
All right. Yep. Every time you kick it, the door gives a little bit. It gives a little bit. You keep falling on your ass and getting back up. You're just not having a good day.
Fuck!
What are the statistics
Oh
of
my
this?
god!
This is crazy.
Standing there
Thank
kicking
you!
that door.
There we go. And you got so fed up, you kicked hard that time, and you stumble forward and fall on your face as the door rips off its hinges. But the door's open now, and you're inside.
Alright, looking for the cabinets.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation as you start searching this place. It seems like it's a barracks. There are rooms with lots of space and bed frames in them.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, these beds definitely don't look comfy, and they also don't look like they have booze.
Alright. No cabinets hanging from the walls.
Nope. So far, it's been all rooms. There has been no storage space that you've encountered yet on the first floor.
No kitchens?
Nope, no kitchens.
Alright, we'll just
You
keep
get to the end of the hall, and in front of you there is a stairwell. It goes up and it spirals back. It looks like.
Okay. Then hobble up the stairs.
All right. Yeah, you start stumbling up the stairs. You get to the top, and more hallway, more rooms.
Okay. Just start opening up rooms, opening up doors.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me another investigation check as you start fleecing the place for booze.
I don't find shit.
More bed frames, no booze. But yeah,
Okay.
much to your surprise, there wasn't even so much as a broom closet in this building. There's literally hallways and rooms full of bed frames.
That's stupid.
All right. But yeah, as
On
you
to
get
the
to the end of
next.
the
Yeah.
you get to the end of the hall and you realize there is no way down. You have to go all the way back. One flight of stairs at the far end of the building.
Connie gets
Not
confused
exactly a
and
fire
starts
code
checking
place.
all the rooms.
What's that?
Connie gets confused and doesn't remember where she is. She starts checking all the rooms again.
All right. Yeah, and on your second pass through, as you're getting near the stairs, you you find in one of the corners an old boot.
I pick up the boot and I shake it.
You hear jingling.
I turn the boot over.
All right. 4 coins fall out.
Hell yeah. Give me them 4
That's not
coins.
liquor. Useless.
They're platinum pieces. And the rest of the party would recognize the oddity, but these are blanks. There is no mint mark on them.
They look like money to me. So
Yes. You would recognize them as legal tender of the realm.
okay.
They're the right size and shape, and they're made of platinum. At least they look like they're made of platinum to your drunk ass.
Okay, well my
A
drunk
lot
ass
of your
sticks it in my
money.
pocket.
All right. Yep. So 4 platinum pieces.
I walk
Alright.
down the stairs.
All right. Yep. Back on the first floor.
Did I check the whole first floor? I feel like I did.
Yeah, that check was for the whole floor.
I don't remember being on the first floor, so I check it again.
All right.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, you're and when you're getting towards where the door is, it starts to dawn on you that you definitely remember checking this after you're done checking it for the second time.
Yeah, just to really let it sink in. I forget. All right, I leave.
All right.
Next building.
Well, there's a lot of buildings.
The closest to me. So what is that? The east? You said.
Well, you're standing when you come outside. You're standing at the end of that long bit on the top.
So if I stand at the long bit of the top and I make a left, there's that L shape that's within that.
Yep, yeah, that's to your left if you're standing looking out the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there.
All right. Yep. All right. On the north side of the, so you can see the door on this one. North side of the building, there's the door.
Yep, going in.
All right. This door is also stuck.
Motherfucker.
Old buildings, man. They didn't exactly have maintenance.
This is so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking funny, dude.
You
Wow.
barrel through the door. On the other side, you find yourself in a large dining area.
Ooh, dining area.
Yeah, so long tables and benches line the room. It looks like it could easily seat 50, 60 people.
Anything sitting on the tables?
Nope. Dust.
Okay, so I
Suit.
start wobbling around looking for any rooms or kitchens or anything like that.
All right. Well, yep. And so you're standing. Here, I'm just gonna do what I was doing last week for. One second, I have to change the colors. No, this is Phil. It needs to be gray.
And this is really adding to the thing because I left early from our session, so I don't even know where the fuck you guys went last week.
Well, certainly a lot.
Yeah, so you are standing here in this room. I'm just drawing a gray brick over the space you're standing in. And on the back wall, there are two pairs of doors.
Start opening doors, baby. Left door.
All right. Yep. You go over to the left door and you come out into a, well, you would describe it as a kitchen, but it looks like a pretty empty kitchen.
Is there fucking shelves or cabinets or?
Yeah, there's shelves and cabinets, but you don't see any tools or anything on the open workspaces. It's a ghost town.
That's okay. Cabinets. Check. Start ripping through cabinets.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sweet.
All right, yeah, you're poking and digging through all the cabinets, open it, empty, open it, empty, open it, empty, and the last cabinet you open on the very bottom shelf in the very back is a bottle.
Oh.
It looks to be made of glass and it contains an orange liquid.
I pull the bottle.
Mm.
I crack it corked. Is it corked?
Yes.
Okay, pull the cork and sniff.
All right. It sort of smells like booze, but not a booze that you're familiar with.
Little swig.
All right. Yeah. You take a drink. It tastes like watered down rum. But other than that, it tastes fine.
Okay, tongue doesn't feel tingly. Nothing weird happened with my skin.
Not anything more than usual.
All right. Well, Connie's happy. She got a bottle of booze.
All right. So what are you gonna do with your bottle of booze all alone in this big city?
I'm gonna sit there and get my feelings because I wandered off without my friends and say, "Oh, where are my friends?" And then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna walk back out and the house.
Right. Are you gonna go back the way you came, or there is a door in this room to the south?
My drunk ass would probably go to the closest door to the south.
Yeah, that'd be by the cabinets that you're by. You'd see doors, sunlight crack, beams of sunlight coming through. So you're like, oh, outside, good, right?
Yes.
All right. Yes, you head out the southern door of the kitchen, and now you're here.
I'm outside.
Mm-hmm. Big cliff to the east of you. Bunch of more barracks to the west.
Ooh, decisions. Okay. To the west.
Right. You start wandering to the west. You have found more barracks.
I have my bottle of booze. I'm just sipping on it, hanging out, looking for my friends.
All right.
Guys.
Well, just to the north of you, so let's just draw. And you would see it from where you're standing, but if you're looking for a spot to wait, there is a conveniently placed bench made of stone outside of the front of this building, right there where that triangle is.
No. Okay. Hold on.
That is the direction you headed.
Fuck. I'm going to the bench.
All right. All right. Connie has stated her need for alcohol.
Now I just
She
miss
misses
my
the party.
friends.
All right. So, that took some time. Probably not as much time as the party spent, so let's jump back to them. You guys left off in a large dining room attached to a kitchen. I had to remake the map, so pardon the shapes. I was doing it quick. But yeah, you're in that southern wonky bit.
That's a hell of a design.
Room's been thoroughly searched. All that remains is silence and benches and tables.
By the way, Connie's eventually going to give up from yelling and then fall asleep on the bench.
Reasonable expectation. Tires herself out yelling, falls asleep. At least you're on one of the main roads. Not some random back ass alley. All right. But yeah, back to the rest of the party.
All right. Well, I think we've thoroughly searched the structure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the more zoomed out map that we saw from my
Yeah.
familiar?
Yep. That. Now I can do that because I made layers like a good boy. Yeah, so you're scouting, you've seen. I'm just going to keep the clip from the east. You just know that's mountain walls, so. So that's the north half of town.
Right, but it just looks to be kind of generic buildings, nothing in them standing out to me.
To you, with your experience in archaeology and rune exploring. Yeah, they tend to have that same monotone barracks look. Like a lot of these structures to the north have that. So some of them, they have less windows, so maybe they were storage or something like that. But they all have that same build design, living space.
All right, all right. Well, then I think we should head along the wall to the south to get to that ramp that goes to the upper area.
All right. Well,
Sounds good to me.
as you guys begin making your way along that wall, as you get near where the foundry is, you do see a alcove cut out of the cliff face, and it looks like there's an opening there that goes in somewhere, and you'd be walking right past it if you're hugging that cliff. So,
Oh, well, how big is it?
it looks like it's about 5 to 10 feet wide, somewhere in the walking path this width.
Okay, and like normal height.
Yep, about 8 feet tall.
All right, I believe I have like 60 feet of dark vision. So how far down does it go?
All right. Yeah, as you look down it, your 60 feet of dark vision extends in a straight line, and it's just dark, flat tunnel
Oh, wow, this
all the
looks
way to 60
promising.
feet.
We should check this
Mhm.
out. You guys good with it?
Sure.
It's kind of dark in there. Small cave.
You're not an ogre in this campaign.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I forgot I'm the big other big guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you have no fear of it.
Well, but I mean, it's still a small cave.
There might be whiskey in there.
It's still a small cave. He said it's only 8 foot high. Jack's rubbing
Oh,
his
I
head
can
on
believe
top of
that.
that.
They might be hiding their booze down there.
No, I don't have a problem going in there.
And we head down that way.
All right. Yeah, you start heading into the cliff face, and after about 60 feet, at the 120-foot mark in, you can start to see other openings.
Question:
Answer.
do we know Connie is gone, or did we
Oh,
just
yeah.
not? Oh, okay.
We saw her wander off, and we just kind of
Yeah.
shrugged our shoulders and said, "Well, how much trouble could she get up to in a place like this?"
She was not quiet in the attempt to break her bindings.
That's what I was thinking now. Yeah. Okay.
Honey was a mess
Yeah.
last week.
You said that like
Is
that's
that not? I mean,
not
yeah.
normal.
So anyway, you guys walk in 60 feet or so, and then under at the end of your dark vision, you start to see openings going to both the left and the right at equal intervals, about 10 feet.
Openings as in archways, or openings as in
Yeah, similarly
portholes?
carved. It's a similar shape and size of the tunnel that you're walking down right now.
Okay. I guess we walk to the first one and look left, look right, and see what we're looking at.
All right. Yep. Looks like they're just carved out of the rock, large empty rooms. And now that you got to that first one, way up ahead of you, at the 60-foot mark again, you can see what looks like stairs going up.
So, sorry, the stairs are in the main hallway that we're in? Or in one of these rooms?
So it's 180 feet long. So from where you walked in to where the stairs are is 180 feet. The first room is at 60 feet, and there's 5 pairs of them
Okay.
at 10-foot intervals, and they're all like 40 feet deep, 10 feet wide rooms. Or at least the first 2 that you've looked in are.
Well, I'd obviously like to check these rooms for secrets and hidden things.
I think you cut out.
I said I'd like to check these 2 rooms for secrets and hidden things.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Can I get guidance? Does anyone here have
I
guidance?
believe I
You're
do.
doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Jack, all of your guidance and round of applause needs.
I do
As
have
long as I
guidance.
keep them
thank
well
you.
liquored up. All right, cool. Reveal unto me thine secrets.
All right. So yeah, the walls here are smooth and polished, and the floor is that slate tile that you've become very familiar with in this place. Looks like the walls are also made of slate, but the floor was not just polished; it was actually tiled over the stone itself with shaped tiles. And near the very back, there happens to be one of those tiles that seems to stand out from the other ones.
Well, then I check that tile for traps.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Give me that investigation. It looks very slate tile. It does not look trapped.
Okay. Well, use my crowbar, pry it up.
All right. Strength check. Strength check at advantage. Yeah. It's again the 2 foot by 2 foot tiles. Yeah. It didn't budge.
Hey, Jack, would you mind
This
helping me
seems
with this?
heavier.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, Jack. Here's the crowbar. Pry up that floor tile.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
Strength.
Strength athletics at advantage.
So I got it like 6 different ways to have advantage.
Yeah. Just I probably should have brought this up to you earlier. That one for your background, that's for like showmanship. That's feats of strength. I mean by that, like if you're showing off. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's the crowd pleaser strength advantage.
Which would be this point right here, right? Because he did
Your party doesn't count as a crowd. No.
Oh, okay. Passion.
They've seen you be strong. You don't impress them as much. All right. Yeah. Jack, you put the pry bar under and you just pick up on it. You don't even pry. You lift the tile out of the way.
I kind of give what is his name? How do you spell his name?
Alar.
ALR. I kind of give ALR the side eye when I hand him back his crowbar. You know, like, because it wasn't hard to pop open it. I'm just like, okay.
I'm not the strongest of people.
Far from it, from the looks of it.
Clearly.
Yeah, but inside here is a hole dug into the ground in the center of the tile. And inside that is a box and a leather-bound journal. Or leather-bound book. Looks very Hands and Holmes. Doesn't look like a manuscript or anything like that.
So it's like a open-topped box with this book sitting on it?
No, it's a closed wood box with the journal or the leather-bound book sitting on top of it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, well, I check everything for traps.
Checking for traps.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, must have cut me off.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not look trapped.
I remove it from the hole.
All right. The journal or all of it?
The book and the journal.
Okay. Yep. You pick both up, the box and the leather-bound tome. Yep. And that investigation does cover the box wasn't trapped. Just to speed that along.
Sure. All right. You didn't say anything about the book. No, I'm just kidding.
There, you caught on.
Yeah. No. I opened the book. What's it? What type of book is it?
All right. It looks like a journal. Somebody's personal ventures with a whole bunch of dates.
Very cool.
Probably a worker, based on the describings you're reading as you parse through it and breeze it. Love life, drinking in the bar, going back to the mines and working there. Struck a new vein in the South Mine. stuff like that.
Okay. Now, does the book have any worth to it?
If you could find the right collector and prove that, like prove its legacy, maybe. But just looking at it, it's old. It's some random guy's journal.
All right. What's in the box?
I'm so glad you asked.
You think he wasn't gonna ask?
Well, when you open the box, there is a bag. And next to the bag, a severed human hand. Very, very desiccated and old.
Not quite what I was expecting.
Let's just see when you open it.
Okay. What's in the bag?
Alright. Yeah, you pick the bag up. Feels like a coin purse. Are you opening it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you open it up, and it looks like it's full of silver pieces.
Yeah.
More of those Calderan silver pieces?
Yep. These are well worn and circulated. They look to be an older mint, too, if you had to guess. Slightly different iconography.
Are they still worth 50 gold apiece?
Ye go ahead and give me an investigation check and spend some time looking at them all, because there are 100 silver pieces here, so you kind of have to dig through them and see if any of them stand out. Two of them are in that higher quality, good condition. If you could find the right collector, that you could get 50 gold pieces for them. The rest of them, you think they might be worth at most a gold piece
Each.
each.
Okay. And how many of
To a
those
collector.
worn ones are there?
2 out of 100.
No, you said 2 are the good ones.
Oh, yeah, 98.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed,
About half
I missed
of
the
them are
total.
yeah. Sorry, that's my bad. And about half of them are the older, different iconography mint, and the other ones match the iconography that you have from the ones you already found.
All right. Is there anything else in the box?
A severed human hand, or a severed humanoid hand.
Yeah, is there anything else in the box?
Yeah. When you pick the bag up, there is a letter
What does
sitting
the letter
underneath
say?
it. All right.
I don't have a
pick up
hand, so I don't know how to write this.
All right. Yeah. So you pick up the letter and start reading it. I need to find my stupid write-up. All right. So the letter goes something like, he shouldn't have taken what wasn't his, and this will teach him. And at the very bottom it says, "Cold's got teeth. Darthel."
Dark Souls.
Darthel.
Okay. All righty. Well,
And then of the 2 rooms that you searched, this was on the northern one.
okay. For this chest, is there anything else in it?
What's up?
Is there anything else in the chest?
No.
All right, I'd like to check the chest for secret bits.
All right. You check the hidden chest for secret compartments. It does not appear to have any secret compartments.
Very good.
Your chest doesn't have secret compartments? I'm shocked.
And then I'll do a detect magic ritual to see if there's anything funky going on with this hand or coins or anything.
All right. Yep. And spend some time casting your magic, and your spell goes off.
Bundle in that hand.
And nothing pings back.
Okay. Was there anything else in the hole that was underneath the chest?
No, there was not.
Okay. Was this all of the rooms down here before the stairs?
You just checked the first two. There are another 4 pairs.
Okay.
All the way up to the. There's 4
Right,
more
right.
openings on both sides.
Sure. Well, we go to the next pair and check that for secret bits.
All right. Yep. This pair there's shelving, but other than that, it's pretty much identical. That same treated pine.
Okay. Wait, it's not slate anymore?
The floor is slate, but there are shelves made of treated pine in this room.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep. Nope. You're good.
Yeah.
There's no doors, by the way, down here. You haven't seen any
Right.
doorways,
I understand.
just openings. All right. Yep. The next 2 rooms, there's nothing.
And the third pair.
All right. And the third pair is
Fuck's sake.
again more shelves, but you don't find anything.
All right, and I think there was one more pair.
2 more, 5 total.
All right, well, pair number 4.
All right, pair number 4. The shelves are not as tall here, and there's more of them. And after you go through everything, you do find a crate in the very back of one of them. Size looks similar to the ones you already found.
Okay, well, let's open the crate, see what's inside.
All right. Let's go at it with your crowbar.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Pop
Jack?
her open. Give me a drink. Or have Jack give you. Yep. Jack in the box.
Jack looks at you kind of. Could at least try.
Yeah, Jack, you're easily able to remove the lid of this container. And inside there is that.
Starting to miss the woman.
Inside are 5 familiar looking flasks, about a half gallon each.
All right.
Clay pot.
Yep.
cork
More
top.
flasks of rain vine.
They look like the right size and shape.
Well, I'll pop a cork and make sure that that's what they are.
All right. Yep. You pop a cork and look down in it, and yep, there's a golden amber liquid inside.
You're just gonna stare at it.
It's not alcohol. It's like, lacquer.
He just turns and walks away.
All right. But yep, 5 more flasks.
Okay.
All right. But that's it for there. There was nothing secret or under tile.
And then the last pair.
All right. Go ahead and roll. All right. Yep. This one again, the shelves are the same as the other one. They're smaller and closer together, but you don't find anything.
All right. Stairs.
All right. Onto the stairs. Yep. The stairs look like they ascend up to about surface level. You can see, I think that 40 feet at an angle would be less than 60, right? I got
Probably.
a 45. Yeah. Yeah. You can see at the top there's a small landing and a door.
Okay. Well, let's go up to the door, check it for traps.
All right. You climb the stairs. Get to the very top. There is indeed a door. It does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
All right. You open the door. And looks like you're standing in a small cellar space. And there are a flight of stairs going up to a hatch. Room's about 40 by 20.
All right. I check the room for secrets and hidden things.
All right, go ahead. Give me an investigation check.
That's not quite right.
You're thoroughly sure this room has no secrets or hidden things.
It's actually only a 16.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a
If you start poking around the room, yeah, this nope, you don't feel any or kick any loose tiles, and there's no holes in the bricks or hollow spots.
All right. And there's a hatch out of here.
Yeah, flight of wooden stairs going up to a 5 foot by 5 foot hatch. Looks like there's a seam in the middle.
Okay. I'll check it for traps.
All right. It indeed does not appear to be trapped.
I open it.
All right. Well, you attempt to open it, giving it a firm shove, and it does not budge.
Does it feel like it's locked or like something's, on the other side of it holding it down?
Hard to say. It didn't move at all, so it could be either.
Swings outward, right? Away from me?
Yeah, it swings up away from you. But when you pushed on it, it didn't even flex.
All right. Hey, Jack, I need you to force the door.
Okay.
All right. And Jack gets his best squat on the top step, pushing up real hard. And you hear some cracking, and the doors swing open. Looks like it leads up into a kitchen of some sort.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. And yep, as you come up into the room, it looks like there was a 6x6 beam firmly wedged in the latches across the door.
Wonder
But it
why they
looks
did
like
that.
it's splintered under the strain that Jack put it under, cracking it in half.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes.
And that's usually what happens when Jack deals with something.
All right. Well, yeah, you're standing in a 20 foot by 20 foot room. It's like a kitchen prep area, similar to the one that you've already encountered.
All right. Is there any of the ways out of here?
So you came out the hatch. The hatch was on the wall. To your right is that would be more. The buildings are all at an angle. To your right is southeast, and there is a door. Based on the fact that you can see windows on that wall, you guess it leads outside. To your northeast is a pair of doors, one on the southern side and one on the northern side of the wall. And then to your northwest is a wall with windows, and then to your southwest is the wall behind you with more windows. The hearth is on the northwest wall.
Sorry, I had something pop up locally. How many doors are there?
On the northeast wall, looks like there are 2 interior doors, one on each end of the wall, and then to your southeast, it looks like an exterior door. There's windows on the wall that you can see sunlight coming through.
All right. Let's check the room for secrets and things. Maximum searchage.
Yeah, you give this kitchen a white glove inspection. Your glove is now black, because it's dusty and sooty in here.
That's what prestidigitation is for.
You found the emergency oregano behind the sink.
Oregano, is that what that is? Huh?
You found the good spice. All right. And yeah, as you're going through this room, you don't find anything that stands out as a secret or a hidden thing. It looks like it's a
Okay.
well-kept but long-forgotten kitchen.
All right. Well, we got 2 doors to the northeast, interior doors. Let's go to the right one.
All right. Yeah. There you are, standing at the right door.
I'll check it for traps.
It does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
All right. Yep. It kind of resists a little, but nowhere near as much as the exterior doors have, and you're able to push it open. And ahead of you is a long dining hall. Looks like it extends about 120 feet. Windows along the side. You can see the yeah, like if you look out the window to your right, that would be southeast. You can see rooftops and buildings. Well, actually, you'd see buildings. Sorry. Yeah, buildings, and then above them you can just make out the third terrace, way in the distance, about 500 feet away. 600? Math.
Is this ground floor or upper level?
Looks like it's a raised building, but you're on ground floor.
Okay. Let's check the room for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Yeah, you start poking through the place, knocking on panels, seeing if anything stands out, and nope, you do not find anything here.
All right. Is there any other ways out of the room?
Yes. To your so again, here, let me get the now that you've actually seen a decent amount of the exterior, you can figure out where you are, and I don't have to play speculative with you. Zoom out a little bit to give you a better reference. So you ba-da-ba-da. So you went in through a tunnel where that road curves to go back across the bridge. And you came out, now that you've gotten around looking outside and everything like that, and that building far away. That little gray one that I marked off.
Okay.
So that was the yeah, sorry, the tunnel. So you're in that building, and now I can zoom in and start doing room stuff with you, sorry. But now you know where you are in the city. All right. But anyway, you are standing in a very long, large rectangle. Looks like it's about 40 feet across and 120 feet long, give or take a pixel. And on the far north, there is another pair of doors, one on each end of the wall. To your left, to the east or west, to the west, there's a single door.
All right, well, we just stick with the right door. Oh wait, it looks like the left inner. Is there a door that goes to that missing section to the
Yeah,
to the left?
Yep, that's the one that goes to the east. It's right along the wall from you.
All right, yeah, let's go to that door first. Check it for traps.
All right. It does not appear to be trapped.
I open it.
All right. Yeah, and inside there is a 20 by 20 room, and it's lined with shelves. The ceiling is low here. That's the only thing that really stands out to you. Like where you were in the kitchen, that hearth was on the wall adjacent to this room, and there was windows on that ceiling, or on that wall. But this room would have been where those windows, if that was an interior wall. So the kitchen had 10-foot ceilings, or I'm sorry, 12-foot ceilings, 15-foot ceilings, and this room only has 8-foot ceilings.
Okay.
And it's lined with shelves.
Are the shelves empty?
Looks like it. You can see most of them from standing at the door, and because they're just on the walls. There's nothing in the middle of the room, and there doesn't appear to be anything on them. Not even a crate.
Well, I checked the room for secrets and hidden things.
Go ahead and roll. Nope. No secrets, no hidden things.
Back through the dining hall to the northeast. The other door. Check for
Alright.
traps.
Go ahead and roll. I'm going for a cigarette, so tell me your results.
13.
Right. It does not appear to be trapped. You said northeast?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the
Okay,
more
I open the door.
northern door. Yep. All right. And this is a small section that's pie-shaped. So that bit that jinks before it straightens back out, that's where you're standing right now. There is a door matching. So the other door that you've seen, you can see it in this room too. And then there's a single door on the wall ahead of you, and to the east is a flight of stairs going down and a door down below there. Just a short, 5-step flight.
Yeah, sorry. I just had some stuff going on here. Say that
Nope,
again?
you're good. Think of it like a foyer. You're standing in a room, there's a door ahead of you that goes, more into the building. Over to your left, or I'm sorry, to your right, is a flight of stairs that goes down to another exterior door. You can see windows again on the high part of the wall. And then the other door from the dining hall that you've seen, you can see in this room as well. It's a pie-shaped
So there's one door that continues into the structure, and to my right is a set of stairs that descend to the exterior?
Yeah. Remember, when you were looking out the window, it looked like the building was raised.
No, I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah, it's a raised 1-story structure.
Sure. All right. Well, I
And
don't
so,
want
yeah,
to
it's just a
leave. I
short flight
go
of
to the
stairs that goes
internal
to ground
door
level.
and check it for traps.
All right, go ahead and roll.
30.
Yeah, as you're looking over the door, you see some string haphazardly on the other side. Looks like it's attached to the door, and if you open the door, the string would go taut.
Do
It's
I
not taut
see what
right
it's
now.
connected to?
It looks like it goes up. Do you have thieves' tools?
No.
I do.
All right. Well, it's your time to
Alright.
shine.
Go ahead and give me a thieves' tools check.
These tools are. No,
Alright.
that guidance, I guess, but
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, as you're poking about, the string looks like it goes up to a bucket sitting on a shelf. If you were to open the door, you would think the contents of the bucket would be dispensed onto your head.
um, is there like a stick we can hold up the side of the bucket with and just balance it on the stick and like the door trim or the door itself?
You could just cut the string.
That too.
It's not taut. It's dangling down. That's why Alar was able to see it.
Okay. That then.
All right, yeah, you cut the string, disarming the prank. All right. Well, Alar, the trap has been disarmed.
I open the door then.
Right. You open the door into a large dormitory, about 200 feet long, columns in the center, only about the width of a hand, made of stone, and bunks lining the wall in the center. Bunks everywhere. Between the bunks, shelves. Above the shelves, windows. At the far end of the room, a single door.
Anything immediately like noticeable?
Nothing that stands out to you.
Well, then I searched the room for secrets and hidden things.
All right, go ahead and give me your investigation. All right. And as you go through the room, time passes. This is a large room to search, and the sun does start getting low in the sky. You can see it's getting dark outside. But by the time you finish searching the room, you have found a few things. In two of the cabinets, there is that all too familiar drawer that does not come out all the way.
Yeah, oh boy.
And in the corner to the north, there's a slate tile that it's got the white outline around it, a little X interact button. Two drawers and a tile.
Okay. Well, I guess first let's do the tile. I'll search it for traps.
All right, go ahead and investigate. It does not appear trapped.
I attempt to pry it up with the crowbar.
All right. Strength athletics.
No, I'm just way too weak for this, Jack. I'm afraid this is where you have to step in.
Your value to me is dwindling. You can't drink. You can't open a door. Ah.
That's not a door.
This
It's a
time.
2 foot by 2 foot slate tile. That shit ain't light.
Semantics.
Yeah, but you're easily able to pry it up and reveal a compact dirt compartment with half a dozen small glass bottles. They're laying out in the open. They're not inside of a container or anything. They all appear to contain a similarly colored amber liquid.
I'm sorry, what are the containers?
Glass bottles.
Okay. Just inside this floor thing.
Yep.
All right. I check them for traps.
I assume he checks for traps and hidden things.
Just traps at this point. I get advantage by checking for hidden things.
Yeah, the loosely laying bottles do not appear to be trapped.
Excellent. I pull one up. What's it closed with?
A cork.
I pull out the cork and take a whiff.
It does indeed smell like alcohol.
Okay, is there a label on it? I put the cork back
no.
in. They're just plain bottles.
Yep. Also to note, they're mismatched.
Okay.
They're all glass bottles, but they're
I
slightly
gotcha.
different from each other.
I gotcha. Someone's moonshine stash. Got it. All right. I guess I'll just do a quick detect magic to make sure there's nothing funky going on.
The magic booze.
Well, if you wanted to slip a magic poison to a bunch of adventures, mixing it in with a stash of otherwise mundane booze is a really sneaky way to do it.
You guys have picked up quite the selection of mundane booze.
Exactly, but there's a reason why I scan everything before giving it to Jack. And that's because I like Jack and I want him to stay around. It's no fun if he just poisons himself accidentally.
I don't know if Jack's been drinking for so long. I don't know if any other kind of poison would bother Jack. I mean, honestly.
But yeah, your detect magic ritual goes off, and nothing in the immediate vicinity pings as magic except for what you'd expect to.
Okay. I just give him to Jack then. Hey, Jack. Turns out thing was full of booze.
Oh, party. All right. You moved up in my eyes.
Yes, I'm useful. I can sometimes find the booze. Just can't always open it.
Yep.
All right. Jack, are you going to try the booze?
I'll try one. I'll put the rest of it in the bottle, in the bag. Try one.
All right.
Keep one with me.
Are you taking a sip, a slug, or are you downing it?
I'm gonna take a sip first, see how good alcohol.
All right. Jack, with his iron liver, takes a sip.
He does the whole swirling it around.
Yeah. This is some potent shit.
Ooh, this is good.
Um,
This is really good.
you would think if you knew anything about alcohol proofs that this is pushing into the 160 and 180 proof.
Oh, this could clean. Oh, you can clean shit with this. You can scrub steel
Uh-huh.
with this stuff. Holy
Good,
hell!
good thing you took a sip.
Yeah, you can run a car with this. Wow. Jack looks at it like special occasion drinks. Awesome.
All right. But yeah. Yeah, Alar, as you finish
That
handing
goes to
them.
the party group, into the party thing. Whoever's carrying the party stuff.
I am. How many bottles of booze you put in the party fund?
All of them.
Yeah, how many, I
6.
didn't actually listen to how many bottles there were.
Oh.
6. Half a dozen.
All right, 6 booze bottles.
6 good booze, according to Jack.
Very good booze, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Maybe worth a pretty penny in town.
Well, if we
'Cause we can always sell the good stuff and buy some cheap stuff. Jack doesn't carry the work.
Jack's not
works for
picky.
me.
Jack's not picky, so I mean, 6 bottles of the really good stuff will get me like 3 barrels of the cheap stuff. That's fine.
Well, I didn't say it had a good flavor. I said it was strong.
Yeah, but that means idiot nobles will pay a lot for it.
Good point. All right.
All we have to do is really ham up the situations around our acquiring of it.
Good old salesmanship. Yeah, so you're standing on the north end of this room, Alar, where that tile was. You remember those 2 drawers were in the shelves between the bunks, further back.
Okay. Is there anything else in the pit?
Are you looking thoroughly or just taking a peek?
I am looking thoroughly.
All right. It appears to be packed dirt. There
Is that
are
a-
no
is
hidden
that-
compartments within the hidden
okay.
compartment here.
I was say, like, you didn't mention that they were before they were packed dirt. Are they all packed dirt, or is this unusual?
For the most part, yeah, all of these, every time you pop the slate tile,
Okay.
it's just been packed dirt.
Alrighty. Well then.
Yeah, the only one that was actually lined was that one that you found the cookbook in. That one actually had slate tiles in the edges and the bottom.
Alrighty. Well, then let's head over to the desk.
All right.
You said it was
Um,
suspiciously.
Yeah, about halfway back was the one that you noted in your mind where it was as you continued searching the room.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to check
okay.
for traps.
All right. Well, as you get close, you have detect magic up. You can see a magical aura inside.
Any particular school?
I'm gonna go with no because the same as the other.
Okay.
All right. It does not appear to be trapped.
Well, then, having had my experience with these before, I fiddle with it to pull and access the secret area behind the shelf.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You press down the thing that's catching it and pull the drawer open. And
Dude, these are
inside,
popular with these guys.
it's almost like it was part of their culture.
Well, I mean, World of Lights, like, there's like one guy who's just like constantly making these like trick desks. He's just sold it to everybody. They all ended up with the same like trick hidden desk. No
Yep.
one's-
All right. But yeah, inside you can see a Oh, okay. Question. Would spell scribing components ping on detect magic?
They might. Let me double check something.
Yeah, because the paper actually the paper would have a school. The paper there's looks like a small stack of papers in the back that they're pinging with enchantment. But then there's spell scribing components and a ring, all sitting out in the open. Nothing's in bags.
Ooh.
No, it's more akin to like material components.
Okay, so yeah, they'd be mundane until they're used for the spell.
Right.
Okay.
They're special and therefore valuable. But
But not
they aren't they like themselves magically imbibed.
Mhm.
Usually.
Yeah.
I suppose if the spell you're trying to describe requires a magical material component, then that would be there and be magical.
But that's going to have a gold cost, so yep. Well, yeah, there is looks like 3 bags and a small stack of paper and a ring. The paper does ping with enchantment. That is my bad.
No worries. The ring does not ping.
The ring does ping with that's the one that I wasn't sure.
Okay. So we have paper with enchantment,
Mhm.
3 bags, and a ring, and the ring is also magical.
Yes.
Okay. I pull the bags out one at a time.
All right.
Anything happen when I
Yeah.
do that?
Nope.
Okay. I just set them on top of the desk and open to see what's inside.
All right. Yeah, when you look inside, you see some familiar things, and you figure between the 3 bags there is about 200 gold pieces worth of scribing components.
Cool. Let's see. That was all 3 bags?
Yep, all 3 was a total of 200.
Okay. I then use Mage Hand to bring the ring out onto the top of the desk. Anything happen when I do that?
Alright. Nope.
Alright. I then poke the ring and do an identify ritual.
All right. Yep, you start identifying it. Nothing grand happens, and your identify spell goes off. It would appear that this is a ring of force resistance.
Oh, that's handy. Who gets shot the most?
Probably Jack.
Yeah, but doesn't he already get force resistance from his rage?
I don't know about force.
Jack?
What about
Mister,
Jack?
are
When
you the
you're
everything barbarian?
when you're in range,
Uh,
do you get resistance to force damage?
Yes. I get resistance to all damage, all but psychic.
Okay, so the ring actually wouldn't help you much because in combat you're always enraged anyway.
It's true.
Do we have any other frontliners in the party?
I am
Gilbert
definitely not a
plays
frontliner.
Connie, maybe?
Right.
No, Connie's a blaster. Yeah, she's a ranged blaster.
I thought she was a
I-
bard.
Gilbert's a cleric.
Yeah.
Isn't Gilbert the cleric?
No, Gilbert's
Gilbert's
another
also-
wizard.
Gilbert's also barely here because of work for
Yeah.
Fridays.
Hayes was the ranger, but I don't think he's gonna keep playing. He doesn't have the attention span for D&D.
Ooh, a goldfish.
Basically,
Oh,
I mean,
it's
I-
it's not fast paced enough for him where we're
Kitty
sitting and
man.
doing this, and so he
must be
zones
the
out
first one
real
I've
fast.
seen.
I can frontline, but I've got decent armor for it, but it's
I've got a 16 armor class. I may be able to, but I'm more of a ranged, so.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah, I'm not
17.
asking like who are we going to throw into the
Oh.
front line. It's more we have a ring that reduces the damage you take getting into that melee. So Jack already has a native ability for it. I was more as like, if there's just like
Yeah.
if we just had like a fighter or a paladin or something, they'd be a king candidate for the ring because it
I
lets them
can
get into
shank
melee.
them. About all I can do.
yeah, I think
Flat
Slick and
resistance
I-
to frickin' magic missile.
Now I know we have another fighter in the party. I know we do.
I think
that was
Pie.
Hayes.
Pie. He's not been around either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was the
I knew
Rune
we had
Knight.
Another one. Yeah, the Rune Knight.
Well, I guess.
All
Am I
right,
the only one,
Slick.
other person who can fucking melee shit?
I think it would be me or Slick, which I already have shield for magic
Oh, then
missiles. I think Slick would
yeah,
get more out of it.
Yeah.
Am I still sleeping on a park bench?
Indeed. The party is about a half mile north of you right now, or a quarter mile. Not a half mile.
Yeah, I'll take it. Like,
Okay.
I'll go and fucking shank motherfuckers up
All right.
close.
Yeah,
every
just
once in a
remember it
while.
does require attunement, so you
Oh.
don't have it
Well,
right
the,
now.
the other thing to think of is like who's often scouting alone and might benefit from being
Oh,
acted as a
me.
runaway.
I can
So-
definitely do that part.
Yeah. All right. So anyone got any problems like having the ring then?
Go for it.
Cool. All right. Ring of force
Okay,
resistance.
magic
Like
ring. Ring of forge resistance.
force.
Ah.
Like use the force slick.
Yeah, the famous magic missile does force damage.
Mm.
Wouldn't it be resist the force, Slick?
The force is blocked in this one.
Okay.
All right.
Jeez.
Then Mage Hand, the paper that's magical with enchantment out onto the top of the desk.
All right.
Is it text up
Yep.
or face down?
There's no text on it. It's blank.
Hmm.
And you can easily take your mage hand and pick them up and flip them over on the desk if you'd like, and both sides are blank.
Okay.
As you do that, you count 5 of these sheets of paper.
All of them are enchantment or just the one?
All of them are identical. As you pull them out, you see that there are 5. They're pinging enchantment. Just because they're
Okay.
stacked up, you couldn't quite see that they're separate magic items. Just the
Right,
auras.
right. Well, I'll separate one from the stack. Just kind of like just slide it off to the side using Mage Hand.
Mhm.
All right. And I turn it around like, all right, I'm gonna try something to identify it, but it might be touch activated, and there's no way to know before I do it. So,
Gotta love the random enchanted blank sheet of paper.
Right. so if I start acting like really funny, my hand is still on the paper. Can you guys just like pull me back?
Yes.
Do you
I'll
want me to
use the college
pull you
drop.
back and not like shoot you or something? 'Cause I can do both.
I'd prefer to have only the number of holes I started the day with.
Note to self: start
Slick
shooting
puts away
Alar
the knife.
before sunrise.
And I then poke the paper and do an identify ritual.
All right. Yep.
He rolls
And
a D100.
nothing nefarious happens when you touch the paper, and nothing nefarious happens throughout the entirety of your identify ritual. Public or
That we
private?
know of.
Oh, let's do it private just in case it's funny.
I think it's cool.
More if it has like a funny deleterious effect. Oh. Oh. Well, that's
You-
neat.
Keyword all, including items that have a gold cost.
So, yeah, let the party know we get 5 of these enchanted papers. Does anybody know Revivify?
No.
I can stand there and yell.
Don't think
Jack's
anybody
version of
does.
Revivify is
Yeah,
just
I'm back
drill
alive.
sergeant yelling at somebody to get the fuck up.
Yeah, that's negative there, Ghost Rider.
Okay. Well, because it doesn't require any material components, so for third level or lower spells that have a material cost that we might want to have scrolls of, that they're like a high priority to use these.
I
That's
think
actually one
I,
that's been sitting around on my shelf for a while under. I finally got to use it.
I will get Revivify eventually.
Okay. Well, I'll just throw these papers in the bag of holding for now then. And when we get it, you know, we can basically make a bunch of Revivify scrolls then for cheap. Real cheap.
Basically free.
Yeah, it's just going to take us time. It takes like 2 weeks or
Yep.
something for a level 3.
I won't get Revivify until we're
A
level
week.
9.
I made that a while ago under. Is that rarity uncommon?
Considering that you still need to know the spell and be proficient with Arcana, I think uncommon is fine.
Okay. I figured I'd just quick fact check that real quick because like that one's been sitting around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of my custom magic items.
Indeed.
All right. But that's what you find in the first drawer.
There's a second one?
Yes, there were 2 drawers that didn't quite come out all the way, and then that slate tile.
I missed that there were 2 drawers.
Oh, good.
All right. Well, now that I've got this drawer emptied out, I'm going to check the inside of this drawer for other secrets and hidden things.
All right.
Because you did it once, and now I'll never forget.
All right. Well, now that you look closer at it and you know that this was a drawer owned by a wizard of some sort, the bottom and the back looks like it's about an inch higher than it should be, and once you start looking closer, you see a little hole that you can stick your finger in and pull up on it. And inside that little hole, you can see a smooth gray metal.
Okay. Well, I'd like to check this for traps then before I open that.
All right.
Okay. Do I see anything?
Oh, the 10 is. Oh. No, you don't.
All right. Mage Hand, open up the second compartment.
All right. Yep. And as the mage hand opens it, nothing happens. But you can see that this compartment was lined with a thin sheet of lead.
Okay.
Inside, a book.
Ah.
It's glowing a little bit with a familiar
Wow.
magic.
Familiar.
It looks like a spell book.
Ah. Well, I may hand that out onto the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else in that secondary compartment?
When you lean down and look, no, you don't see anything. Just a spell book
Okay.
and a couple of sheets of lead.
Yeah. I kind of just quickly leaf through the book to catalog what's inside of it.
It is mostly empty, and there are. Oh, hang on. I didn't actually do this. But yeah, as you're paging through it, there are some spells in the very beginning, but the back is empty. And there are 5 first level spells. Or I can't find it. Which I will tell you later.
I don't recognize that spell.
Maybe I can tell you now. Go ahead and roll me 5d100s. I found the page. All right. All right. I'll type them up. All right. Those spells. Indeed. Wizard spells, right? Indeed. It does strike you as odd. All right. But yep, that's it for this large dormitory. Huh? Okay. You do. Oh, this wasn't the second. This is the first desk. You're right. I'm sorry. I looked over at my map and I had the next section drawn because I figured you'd continue internal. And well, yeah, we talked about that. All right. So go ahead and roll for the secret compartment within the secret compartment within the secret compartment. There is not a secret compartment within the secret compartment within the secret compartment. All right, go ahead and roll. Does not appear to be trapped. Yep. Push down the latch, slide the drawer all the way open, and inside there are 2 bags, about coin purse sized, and 2 decks of cards, and a set of dice. Nothing is pinging on detect magic. It does appear so, yep. Yep. Standard set of dice. Well, they look like dice. They have 6 sides. They have marks on them to indicate which side is which. You're seeing a lot of 1s and 2s. Yeah. But not enough, like, you would have to roll them for, a minute or 2 to actually start seeing that pattern, which I'm assuming you would do because, you can't go off the first 2 rolls. But yeah, they're
The first 2 rolls would be silly and ridiculous. The third roll, however, entirely fair game for any conclusion.
yeah, you do come to the conclusion that there are more 2s and 1s than you would expect from a regular 6-sided dice.
Ah,
It
okay.
appears of the 6 dice that are here, 3 of them are weighted to 1 and 3 of them are weighted to 2.
Interesting.
All right.
Kind of useless, but interesting. All right. Then the bags.
All
Pull
right.
them out. Open them up.
Yep. They appear to be coin purses filled with coins.
How many coins?
1 coin purse contains copper pieces. 1 coin purse contains silver pieces. Both coin purses seem to contain about 100 coins.
And are these like nice, worth more than a silver or copper each type coin, or?
Yeah, the sun's starting to go down, but you could take some time to go through them. So if you want to give me an
Sun's getting real
investigation check.
low.
Sun's getting real low. Yeah. After shuffling through them, all of the copper pieces are well worn, and you don't even think you could get collector value for them. They're circulation value.
Okay.
The silver pieces, you find 8 out of the 100 that are that little bit cleaner, higher quality, more recently minted 50 gold piece value, and the rest of them are the 1 gold piece value.
Okay. Just the 2 bags?
Yep.
All right. Anything else behind there?
Glancing into this drawer, you see nothing additional.
Well, then I check it for a secondary hidden compartment.
All right, go ahead and roll. It does
You have
not
no one to blame
appear
but
to have.
yourself for this.
Oh, I know, I love it. It does not appear to have a secret compartment within the secret compartment.
Okay. I am satisfied. Let's move on.
All right. Yep. And to the north, opposite which way you came in, there is a single wooden door in the middle of the wall.
Okay, let's go to that door. I'll check it for traps. 13.
Do not appear to be trapped. you
Alright,
keep
open
rolling
the
on the
door.
trap checks. Oh,
One of these
alright.
days, it's going to bite me in the ass. Well, actually, the way I'm opening these doors, it's going to bite me in the face.
That'd be fine.
Yep. But yeah, you open the door. Nothing nefarious happens. And before you is a oblong-shaped room with a door on the far side of it. It looks like it goes outside. This one is level with the room. It doesn't have those stairs inside. In this room is just a bunch of tables. Doesn't look like it was set up for dining. They're more casually laid out. Round tables, not equidistant from each other or anything like that.
Ah, yes, fantasy Starbucks.
Kind of.
Well, I checked the room for secrets and things.
All right. Yep. You poke through it. And find nothing.
Still, this would probably be a nice spot. All right. Let's step out of the building into the street.
All right. Find yourself. So you're just going out that north door. You're not backtracking at all.
Might as well.
All right. So you're walking through the door and going out into the street.
Yes.
All right. Yep. The door doesn't budge. You yank on it. You give her a good yank. You throw your body into it.
Does it look like it's locked or is it stuck?
And it just looks like it's jammed, stuck.
Well, I pull out the crowbar. All right. Now I try to open it.
All right. Go ahead. Give me strength athletics check. Advantage with the crowbar. All right. Yeah. You got this. You stick it in there. You twist. You bend. Pop the door open and it swings towards you.
And then I step out into
Outside.
the street.
And you find yourself here. To your east, you can see what used to be a road, larger and wider than the ones down in the industrial area, and buildings.
Do these buildings look of any particular interest to me?
The immediately vicinity of the ones there, the one ahead and to your left, that not quite 45 bent one, was the only one that would really stand out as interesting. But it's like a 3 when the rest of them are a 2.
Right. Because I did the aerial survey of the place. Is there any
Mhm.
interesting buildings nearby?
Sure. So I had to do some stitching, but just so ignore the double image on the top. But that's what. Actually, I have the clean image. I could just do this. Okay, that's what you remember, and that's where you are. You can easily send Hero up for another survey.
Yeah.
So, to the south, the structures looked less uniform. Like if you were to go back all the way around the building you just went through.
Mhm.
But, and then, some more a little bit north of where you are that aren't that uniform barracks design. But yeah, where you're standing, you don't see anything that really stands out as pretty or spectacular.
Well, it was more buildings likely to contain interesting things.
I mean,
So
They all could contain interesting things.
while true, think like big important buildings like churches, government buildings, monuments, things like that. Like in the lower ring that had the odd shaped ring building ended up being like a forge, that type of
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, so for this particular level, the only real odd shaped structures were halfway between. Let me give you the whole. That horseshoe shaped one that's on the edge. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. They all kind of had uniform roofs. They weren't all straight and everything like that, but they still had a, similar structure and visual.
All right, then. Well, then let's start heading for that horseshoe building.
All right. Yeah, so you start walking down the road. And you get to the main drag. Do you want to go south on the main drag? Or do you want to cut west up that second road and then take south to the horseshoe?
Cut west and south.
Okay.
Do we
Yeah.
run across Connie at any point in the bench?
Nope. That is those two black structures way south. That's where she
okay.
was. She was right at the ramp. She didn't get far.
Did she have a successful long rest and now she's sober?
You're still passed out, so maybe.
Been a long 20 minutes.
I've had them drunk naps before. All right, but yeah. So,
Wake up
as
after half an hour wondering what year it is.
I do
So-
that sober.
as you start making your way towards the horseshoe, you do see this one. So you come around that corner and you start heading south, and you're just looking around as you walk. This building just northwest of that intersection where you were turning, it catches your eye because it looks like it was either built different or maintained.
Well, let's go check it out then.
It's just built different. You wouldn't understand.
It's a Jersey thing.
All right. Yeah. This is a 3-story building. And it looks like there is a door on the southwest that you can see. And then as you get closer, you can see there's another door on the southeast in between the two buildings.
So when you say that this structure looks like it's built differently, what do you mean by differently? Like is there an architectural difference?
The rough nature of all the stone you've seen for the structure, like everything you've seen so far has been weathered and worn. This stone is much smoother. Like it doesn't have that same weathered look to it. That's why it stood out to you. It's like looking at a pixelated image and part of the image isn't pixelated.
All right. Well, before we even get close to the building, I'd like to do a detect magic ritual to see if there is in fact some weird ass magic here.
Why on earth would that make sense? All right. Well, yeah, you spend some time casting your magic. Night is definitely close. You think you probably only have about half an hour of the daylight, or half an hour before it's actually like dark and you need to get a rest. But you cast detect magic. Nothing returns, even as you get close to the building. This appears to be mundane stone.
All right. Well, let's walk up to that. Let's go to the southwest door. And check for traps.
The southwest or southeast?
Southwest.
Going to the main road door?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
30.
It does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
All right. The door is unlocked and swings freely on its hinge. And inside is you'd say it looks like a tavern. Bars, or bar seating, tables, a central hearth with a chimney going up. It's a the 40 by 30 room with a flight of stairs over on the northern corner, the western side of that eastern wall, or the northern wall. I don't.
Is that the only other way out of this room?
And then the south. Let me get out. So to that northernmost corner, there's a flight of stairs you can see goes up. Bar and everything on the back wall. There is a door on the back of the bar, and then that southeast, there's the other exterior door.
Okay. Well, let's search the room for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Yeah, so you start poking around, and behind the bar, on the far side from the entrance of it, so you enter from the south all the way to the north, there is a cabinet. And when you're poking around in that cabinet, you notice the bottom board of the cabinet is loose and wiggles freely. Appears to be some sort of hidden compartment.
Indeed. I check it for traps.
You check it for traps.
That was supposed to be a D4.
You find no traps.
Okay. I open the compartment.
All right. Yeah. Board tips up and slides out, revealing the entire base of the cabinet has been hollowed out into the ground. And it looks like it's about a 2 foot wide, 2 foot wide, 1 foot deep, and about 1.5 feet deep into the ground. And inside, there is a chest. Burger fell asleep.
Apparently.
It's a iron-bound oak chest.
All right, well, I
Appears to
check.
have a lock on it.
Yeah, well, I check for traps to make sure removing it's not going to cause us any problems.
All right, you can go ahead and roll. It does not appear to have any trap mechanism for its removal.
All right, I remove it to the center of the room so everyone can get a nice good look at the chest I found.
All right.
By the way, was there any
And-
actual booze and stuff still at the bar?
None that you've seen.
Okay.
Although, while you were investigating, like I said, this building is oddly pristine. It doesn't have that same weather and wear that the rest of the building you've looked at have had. Like, it looks like somebody just built this place.
I understand.
But other than that, no. The rest of the room was completely empty except for this chest in this hidden compartment.
Okay, and it's not just the exterior, right? All the interior stuff also looks brand new.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Does the chest look brand new?
Yes.
All right.
And it's not pinging on tech magic.
Okay, that was my next question. When I checked it for traps, see if removing it from that hole would trigger anything, did that include checking the trap itself for chests, or do I still need to do that?
No, that was just because this is so big. Yeah, you were just checking to make sure there was no trip levers or anything underneath it.
Gotcha. Well, then in that case,
Yep,
I'd like to
not
check
include the
this
chest.
chest to make sure opening it doesn't cause any problems.
All right, go ahead. Give me investigation for traps on the chest. It does not appear to be trapped, although you can clearly see a padlock on it.
I checked to make sure the padlock's actually like locked and doesn't just open if I pull on it.
It does appear to be locked.
Marin,
Yeah.
can you unlock this, please?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thieves' tools check to unlock the padlock.
Marin. Oh.
You gave it a real go, but this is one tricky lock.
Oh, hold on. I need to use my other set. I'm gonna shoot the lock off.
It's just like lockpicks are straight to breaching shotgun.
All right. Connie,
Yeah.
you hear a loud bang to the north. It wakes you up.
What time is it?
It's dark out. Kind of
What
getting spooky here in this
the-
abandoned city.
What?
Your nap was good though. You don't feel as exhausted anymore. You're still buzzing a little bit.
Perfect. Is there any more left in the bottle that I have?
You drank about half of it, but this stuff wasn't nearly as strong.
Okay. Well, fuck it. I'll listen to the loud bang and start walking that way.
All right. Well, Marin, give me an attack roll.
It'd be hilarious if this net ones
It would be
bounce off the
beneficial
lock
for
hits.
Connie.
Bounce off the lock, hit someone in the ass.
All right. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
11.
Yeah. You don't see a lock anymore. Heck, you don't even see a loop for the lock. You blew
Alright.
that lock right off.
Alright, we're in. I'll open the chest.
All right. Yeah, you swing it open. And inside, there are a dozen bottles of various types of alcohol. Or, well, dozen bottles with different colored liquids inside. Totally not alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Do these look similar to alcohols we have previously found?
3 of them are nearly identical to those really nice bottles that you learned were worth about 500 gold pieces each. The other 9 are not familiar.
Alright. Do they look similar to each other, those 9?
There are 6 of one and 3 of another. The 6 have a orange liquid inside of them, and the 3 have a clear liquid inside of them. They're all glass, you can see inside.
Jack, as our alcohol connoisseur, can you identify these? I'll hand one the orange and one the clear.
Correct.
What?
More booze. Your expertise has been called upon.
Oh, you need me to break something.
The other
Oh,
expertise. The other
Oh.
expertise.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll take a sip of one of them. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Oh, the fun
Um. So just so you are caught up, there are 3 bottles that are identical to the whiskey you've already had. There are 6 bottles with a bright orange liquid inside, and there are 3 bottles with a clear liquid inside. Which one are you drinking first?
Okay, so the 3 I have already that resemble the ones that smell
Yep.
the ones I've already had, I'm gonna set them aside. Then I'll
Yep.
start with the ones in the orange.
All right. Okay, pop the cork. Give her a whiff. It doesn't smell like anything you've ever drank before. Definitely smells like alcohol.
Take a little sip.
All right. Hey, take a drink. If you had to name the flavor, it tastes like shitty watered down rum.
Ugh, rock cut. Ugh. I'll set it aside. Set those bottles of the orange aside. That'll be
All
last
right.
if we get desperate.
If you get desperate.
If I get desperate, yeah.
All right, and you have 3 more bottles with a clear liquid inside. As a almost translucent appearance, but you can see all the way through the bottle, but when you swirl it around, it looks like there's swirls of clear inside of clear, if that makes sense.
Yes. And I'm gonna pop the top and give it a good
Right.
sniff and taste it.
As soon as he pops the top, everybody can smell it. It is incredibly minty.
Ooh, low rumble mints.
I'm just
Maybe.
waiting until we find someone's dodgy moonshine and they used methanol.
But yeah, as soon as you pop that cork, Jack, it is just you're just hit with mint. Everybody in the room can smell it.
Minty fresh.
What do you do, Jack?
Well, if they smell that good, I'm gonna put the top back on them and not waste them.
You're not gonna sample the goods?
No, no. Those are special
All right.
bottles.
It might actually be mediocre. We should try it. Just a sip.
Just because it smells good doesn't mean it tastes good. Still no?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Ground.
Hello? I can hear y'all, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes.
All
What are
right.
we doing? Why are we
Well,
yelling? What's going on? Ah!
we had put the proposition across that just because it smells good, it might not taste good.
Okay, Jack will taste it anyway then. Yeah. If it smells
All
good, Jack
right.
will taste it.
Yeah, you take a little sip, and you're immediately assaulted by mint. This is the mintiest thing you have ever had in your mouth. Like to the point where it's almost bad. It tastes good.
Almost
It does
better
taste
yet.
good. But it's getting to the point where it's too minty.
Minty woman drink. I'll set it aside.
And you also notice that it was reasonably strong. It got a good bite of alcohol to it.
You don't want it, I'll take it.
I'll give him the fruity drinks. I don't care. The minty drink, Dan.
And there were 3 of the minty alcohols.
Yep.
Super minty alcohol.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
everything is better when it's super.
But yeah, Alar, that is all you find in this room. So Connie, real quick, as you're wandering north. I'm assuming you're just kind of following the main road that you're standing on.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually, you very shortly get back to that ramp that you originally came up, but the gunshot definitely came from more north than that ramp. So you're gonna continue north.
Yeah.
All right. Are you calling out, or are you just wandering quietly?
My head kind of fucking hurts, so I'm just kind of keeping my mouth shut.
All right. Yeah. You follow the curve around. It heads back north. Then after a little bit, there's a split in the road. There's a smaller road that goes off to the left, and the main road continues straight.
Uh, hmm. All right, now I may call out.
All right. Yeah, so you guys standing in the bar, you can hear somebody. Sounds like Connie, but they sound really far away from outside.
That's not Connie, that's Mike. Mike's the only one who's the last name far away.
Welcome
All
back.
right.
Welcome back.
Well, as you guys are finishing going through the booze, you hear somebody hollering from outside. It sounds like they're a good distance to the south, though. You're pretty sure it's Connie. Probably looking for you guys.
Hey, you guys.
She'll make it to us in due time.
The party stays quiet. Hope she wanders
Yeah.
past.
I'll let the girl
It's
say
the
something.
woman.
Yeah. Well, you don't see her. Like you hear somebody shouting, but it sounds like they're a good distance south.
It's the woman.
All right. Yeah. Hero
Might need
flies up and
You might
can
need to
see
send her out
her.
with a beer bottle or something to lead it. No, drag her in.
Yeah. Hero flies up and he can see Connie standing at a T junction, about
Nothing worse than a
500-600
woman
feet
being
south.
overlooked.
But yeah, with some convincing, Hero is able to start leading Connie to you guys, and the party has reconnected. Nothing bad happened this time.
Yet.
Yeah. There's still plenty of time for that to happen.
All right. But yeah, so you guys eventually all get back inside of this, really clean and pristine bar. And with all the time and venturing, it's about nap time. It's pretty dark out. Right. Where did you guys leave the horses and carriage?
Uh,
You entered the
Probably.
south from the forge, and you basically have been on foot since then.
Yeah, well, then that's probably where we left the horse and carriage. Probably go back there and get them. You can just take the ramp down.
Yep. Yeah, and as you start heading that way, you do see a flight of stairs that looks like they go down. It's open. There's no tunnel or anything like that. It's just cut into the side of the mountain.
Mm-mm.
You are
And then
easily.
that's where we go.
All right, yeah, easily. So you're gonna go down them stairs. You're not gonna go all the way back to the ramp. Okay.
No, if there's a faster way, we'll just take the faster way.
Yeah. It would probably cut about 1,400 feet of walking off of the distance. So, but yeah, you get down and you walk over to the main road that you had walked up with the horses, and As you get further away from the stairs, you can see the trees. It had obscured them from your vision before. And yeah, you guys get to your carriage and your horses, and everything is there. All the horses are accounted for, happily munching on pine needles and grass.
Suspiciously accounted for.
But yeah, sun's getting real low.
Well, there's like a nice open area to the south of that, right? Like where like the Y converges on those roads.
I mean, where you're standing right now, there's no trees. It's all packed earth. There's some grass. There's like where
Right,
those
but
four boxes are.
Yeah.
You're basically standing in that area that all those gray stripy bits that are all curvy and everything like that, that's all packed earth and gravel.
Perfect. All right, yeah, then we should just make our camp here. Set up Lehman's tiny hut. Blah 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 blah.
All right. Yep. And just for a surrounding perspective, well, why don't you put a pin on the map where you intend to camp?
All right, one moment.
Did you hear me, Under?
I did. I asked for one moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear the one moment. Goddamn Discord and its stupid command buttons
Damn
being
you buttons.
stupid. All right. Yeah. Good patch of ground there. There's a handful of trees nearby. The building you're in front of is 3 stories tall. The building across the road is 3 stories tall, and the building to the north of that is 2 stories tall. Everything else is 1 story in the area. Yeah. You guys setting a watch?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's on first? What's the name of the guy on second?
Well, what's on second?
So, why doesn't everybody just put their past perception in chat so we can figure out who should be on watch and who shouldn't?
Mine is 10.
You have a -10?
Mine? Fuck you.
I'm not even mad. That's impressive. Yeah, you have enough downtime to attune to the ring. Is everybody setting up camp? You can just sit there and fiddle with it. I'm assuming, Jack, you want to fiddle with your ring too?
Yeah.
Get attuned to your anti-gravity ring.
Just call me the fiddler.
And that is terrifying that Jack has a ring of feather fall.
It makes gravity less of a problem.
What's Jack's passive?
I think he's one of the
Jack's
ones with double
passive-
digits.
Yeah.
What is it?
13.
All right.
All right. Yeah, you guys sit around for the evening. It's a bit cold out. Do you guys build a fire?
Sure. The hut's opaque.
All right. Yeah, you build up a nice little camp. Nice flat ground here. And you begin taking your long rest. All right. And throughout the night, actually, before I, you putting the horses to the south of the tiny hut or to the north of the tiny hut?
North.
North? Okay. All right. And Marin, you have dark vision, right?
Yes, I have the goggles of night, which I can pass around for whoever's on watch at a given time to add 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay. Yeah. So first watch, Alar. Your watch goes without incident. Second watch, Slick. Your watch goes without incident. Third watch, Marin.
There's an incident.
You see something big to the north walking along the ground.
How far?
Um, it's just outside of your dark vision, but you can definitely see the silhouette against the building in the moonlight. Moon's lights. Moonlights?
All right.
The light from two moons.
I'm going to just tap Alaric awake because he's probably not tired from taking a watch. Okay,
Alright.
well, you're more tired than expected, but there's something out there, and I'm just gonna point off into the distance. I'm gonna go see what it is. If I start yelling, you'll probably hear, but make sure everyone wakes up. Because if I start yelling, I'm probably also gonna start shooting.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Then I'm gonna grab my gun, tap my turret awake, and go see what's moving out there.
All right. Yeah, and then a little bit of time that it takes you to wake up Alaric, explain the situation. You lost track of the silhouette, but you did see it. It looked like it was heading north between the building and the cliff face.
All right. Well, I wouldn't have my full suit of armor on, but all right, I'll go see if I can find where it went off to.
All right. You start heading north.
If it matters, I'm gonna try and swing wide around corners just so I don't get jumped.
All right. Yeah, you're yeah, it's pretty open from here to there. That's why you're able to see it. There's no trees or anything like that. And but yeah, you get to yeah, here, and you're standing between the building and the cliff. Unless you want to be closer to the building, just peeking the corner. But you
I
don't
can,
see anything in either case.
mm, uh, roughly how big was the creature? Just estimating from the size.
Your guess, you'd say it was probably what you might consider a large size creature.
And I look for any tracks.
All right. Go ahead and give me either a investigation or a survival check.
Go with investigation. I don't think a
Alright.
D4 is gonna save that for guidance.
You can roll it.
12.
Yeah. You spend about 5 minutes really looking at the ground and where you swear you seen the thing moving, and you don't see any tracks.
All right. Well, something to look into tomorrow. I will start heading back to the camp.
All right. Yeah. You're easily able to do that in a couple 100 feet. Alaric's standing there,
Mhm. Oh,
assuming
good.
you were
You're not
watching
dead.
him. You could see him the whole time.
I still say it to them. Oh, good. You're not dead.
I do that sometimes.
Yep. But yeah, you get back to sleep or get back
Yep.
to camp. No issues. Assuming Galeric goes back down. And the rest of your watch passes without incident. It's now Jack's turn.
I'll let Jack know I saw something big up north a bit, but couldn't tell what it was, didn't see any tracks.
Mister. Mister.
Huh?
You're being passed the baton.
Okay.
It's your turn
My
on
strength.
watch.
Okay. I sit down and watch. I watch
All right.
nothing.
Well, there was something
Well,
big to the north.
I drink.
there was something pointed out to you that somebody had seen something. But it was too far away to make out, but it was definitely big.
Right. Okay.
All right.
You think
But
it was big? Okay, Jack. We'll look out for something big.
Oh, for you, probably not too big. Compared to me, though, I am a much smaller person.
Sounds like a you issue.
Sometimes. Does help squeeze into more places, though.
all right. But yeah, Jack, you take over for fourth watch. And whatever Marin was talking about, you didn't see anything.
She doesn't drink enough.
And dawn comes. You have all successfully completed a long rest.
I hear if you're real sober, you have delusions. So you have to drink a little.
Connie,
Yes.
could you give me a flat charisma check? Not a save, just your charisma score with a d20
This poor bitch got water
or
off her
charisma
right
modifier.
finger. I want to point out the last time we had a party member just wander off, they wound up getting eaten by wolves.
Well, last time I
Okay.
wandered off, it was a literal child.
That's true too.
I don't know. Twitchett wandered off quite a bit. He was fine.
He was a child.
Twidget was annoying. I just wanted Twidget to die.
Calling Twidget a child is probably not a good thing for children.
I mean, he was what, 7?
He joined the party at 12. The campaign ended and he was 7 because of magic. Anyway, back to the game. So, yeah, you guys have completed a long rest. And yeah,
Yay.
start breaking camp. Morning is upon you.
All right, great.
Let's move on out.
What would you like to do?
There was something to the north. Couldn't find tracks at night, but might have better luck during the day.
Well, let's see if we can find tracks then of what they saw.
All right. Yeah, Marin leads you back to where she last seen it. Whoever's gonna go rutting through the mud and give me an investigation or a survival check to track down the tracks.
I done did seen it. I know it was here.
What does my investigations show?
Um. So, around the corner of the building where Marin, where she's positive she's seen whatever this thing was, the only thing you can see is roughly equispaced dents in the ground. Like, I'm trying to think of something. Like a shallow tapered hole, but it only goes down about half an inch to an inch. And they're
And how wide is it?
about the one set and the other set, there's 2 sets of them. They're about 8 feet across.
Okay. All right. Do I have any idea? Like, is there any known creature that makes such indentations?
Go ahead and give me I'll take nature or history check.
Ah,
If
we're
you can
gonna do a history.
identify what the heck this thing is. All right. Anything you want to do that?
Nah.
All right. Nothing comes to mind.
All righty.
Probably like a weird bear, but fucked up and evil or something.
Probably. Anyway, I have no idea what it is. Let's get back to that interesting tavern we found.
All right. Well, do you want to go a little bit more north to the tunnel that leads up there, or do you want to go back south and then up onto the road?
Oh, let's just take the ramp, take our carts and stuff with us.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to follow the main road back, take the ramp up, follow the road, follow the road, and yeah, you get to that tavern, and it looks like the rest of the buildings around.
Not all new and shiny.
Not all new and shiny.
Okay. Oh, let's go inside.
All right, I'm assuming you're going through the big front door.
Same door I went through before, southwest.
Yep. All right. Yep, you go inside. The tavern was as you remembered it. 3-story structure. Although the insides now match the outsides and match the rest of the buildings around it, they look old, worn, forgotten, abandoned.
Is that chest still sitting in the middle of the floor
Yeah.
You guys didn't take it with you?
after we emptied it? No.
No, it's not.
Okay. I go and check that cabinet and see if it's still got the removable lower shelf.
It does.
I'm gonna check it for traps.
Go ahead, roll your investigation. It doesn't appear to be trapped.
I open it.
You slip the shelf out. In the bottom of the hole, it's a very, very familiar looking chest. Except for this one looks like it's seen a little bit more time than the one that you've seen before.
Uh-huh.
Looks old, weathered, forgotten.
Yeah. I check to see if there's any traps that occur when I pull it out.
Go ahead. Nope.
Alright, I pull it out.
Key even hole. Drag it out of the hole.
Is it a
Bring it out
padlock
in
on
the
it?
middle of the room. It does.
Marin, if you would, please.
All right. Tinker, tinker.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
You're,
even have to use the cannon this time.
Yep. And as you begin picking it, the insides break and fall apart, and the lock falls off.
It's a mimic.
Mhm.
Oh, I gotta write that one down. A mimic padlock. That's dirty. It's not the chest. All right. But yeah,
You
he's
gotta
able
throw
to
something
easily
at it.
unlock it. The lock breaks because it's so old.
Let's
Okay.
fight some ghosts or something.
Yeah, it's open the chest.
All right. And inside the chest are 12 very familiar looking bottles of alcohol. They're even in the same place.
Ooh.
Do we still have the ones we
Bottles
pulled out
we
before?
have still in our.
Yes. Are you checking to see if you have your 3 bottles of Rumplemint in your bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they're there. Yours look a lot nicer.
I'm gonna pop the cork on one of these minty bottles, the old minty bottles that we just found, and see if it smells notably different.
It still smells minty, but it's definitely nowhere near as strong as the bottles in your bag.
Hmm.
Like when you pop it and you can smell it with the bottle right in front of you, but everybody around you can't smell it like the other bottles where it filled the room with mint.
All right. Very kinda minty alcohol. All right, I'll take the minty bottles and hand Jack the other 9.
All right. Jack, did you get that?
Say again?
You've been given more alcohol.
Yay! The slightly minty kind. Put it in the party fund. In the party bag. I don't need it.
All right, how many
I think
bucks?
I think Marin kept the minty ones. There are 6 with that watered down rum, and 3 with the whiskey that Jack's giving you.
Okay. Noted.
All right. But yeah, strangely enough, an oddly familiar chest, an oddly familiar place with an oddly familiar collection of booze inside of it. And as you guys stand here pondering that, I think that's where we'll call it.